You know, a lot of people don't want to go and get a job for $10 an hour because it's not enough to live. Even if you're starting people out at $10 an hour, they're not that enthused about showing up and going to work because they're going to make $10 an hour. Yeah, it's enough to live, but you can only survive on that. You can't really enjoy life, and the quality of living is really down. I mean, you want to pay somebody $400 a week. Now you think about that. What do you spend a day? How much is your cable bill every month? And divide that by 30. And then how much do you think you eat every day? I mean, say you go to McDonald's one time out of the day and you get a $7 meal or a $6 meal or whatever. Okay, maybe you don't go to the dollar menu. So if you spend $5 a day at McDonald's, that's 25 bucks a week. That's $100 a month, okay? On average. Some months have 5 weeks in a month. How do they justify that? That ends up making you look like you make more in a month because you got a fifth week in that month. Like, oh, you made more that month. Like, that's bullshit. I'm trying to talk to people about that when they're doing my bills and assessing my stuff for like a loan or something. It's like, I have applied for loans over a dozen times and I've never been able to get a loan. They tell me that I owe too much, and I'm like, but I've never really used my credit. They're like, oh, well, your student loan that you haven't paid back yet, and then you got this credit card that you owed $50 on, or yeah, $150 on one time, and you ended up not being able to pay it, and it got canceled, and it's on your credit now for 7 years. I'm like, what? A few hundred, like a couple $100 on my credit for years? They're like, yep, that's how it works. Credit isn't credit what got America in trouble in the beginning. Like, what is credit? Credit is the promise that you will pay. So we've been running this country on credit for years. Politicians have been getting cash and giving us credit. So where's all the cash at? If all this credit's out here, where is all the cash? Because if you say that I have credit, credit is supposed to be backed by cash. Well, that's why the world's in trouble. If I give you a $100,000 loan based on credit and you're paying me payments and you get halfway through and then you lose your job, and now all of a sudden you owe me 50 grand, and now you're late, so it turns into 60 grand, and now it's on your credit. And yeah, we screwed you because we gave you a huge loan, and we knew that that big company was going to leave and let you go because we hold their bank account too. So why would banks want to see money go overseas? Why would American banks hold big business account money and let them take their money overseas? But when I go to close my account at the bank, they want me to sign all these papers and tell them why I'm closing it, and ask me if it why are you closing your account? Well, because you guys are taking $5 out of me every month for nothing, and then you're sending me a statement for $3 at Key Bank. They were charging me every month a couple of dollars in a fee that was nothing, and if I complained about it, they took it away. But if you didn't complain about it, they were able to do that to their millions of customers and make a few $1 million on just a nominal fee of a couple dollars. And if you didn't complain about it, they would keep it. So then it's like, all this stuff with cops hurting people, credit in the country, and then we're worried about Russia. What's Russia doing? Yeah, we need to go stomp on Putin. There ain't nothing wrong with that. We need to go over there and let him know that we ain't playing, and not with people. Every single American should be on a fucking commercial. I mean, there should be a TV station that goes from place to place and just talks to people in the state and says, hey, we're going to be in your state in this area, and we would really like you to come here. We're going to be here all day, all night. We want you to come down, and we just want a video camera you for a minute telling us what you think about the country. And I think we're going to be twisted on what some of these people say. You listen to some of these people in Texas talking about, oh, I don't want these little Mexican kids coming over here because they're going to flood our schools, and I don't want my kids playing with them, getting diseases and stuff like that. Obviously, you don't understand what's happening here. These kids are trying to come over here and seek refuge, dude. They're not going to be going right into your schools. What, are you going to adopt them? What? I mean, we're just going to let these kids go to school. Oh, you're stupid, man. It's like, why don't we put forth the effort to take and make these other countries step up? Who's in charge of Mexico? Who's in charge of Honduras and all that? These corrupt people. All we have to do is send some serious motherfuckers down there and let them know. If you keep screwing the people, and if we keep having to pick up your garbage and take care of things that they should be humanitarians down there, I'm not saying that they're bad people. I'm saying that they got bad people in charge. And we do too. America has really bad people in charge, and they really don't care about us. All they care about is making money and keeping people stupid. Because if we were all smart enough to knock those 500, all those politicians and stuff, if we were all smart enough, really, look at how many politicians there are and look how many people there are in America. So do the math. Each politician represents so many millions of people. So many fucking people. How are they even doing it? How are they even justifying that getting their wage from the state and the people when they're getting paid money to even run for office, whether you win or lose? You're running for an office, they're giving you money. You do with that money with what you want. You got a guy that manages your funds in your campaign, and he's saying, hey, we're going to skim a little money off top, so if you lose, we'll have some money for next time, and we'll put a lot into it this time, so hopefully you win. Why do we let politicians secretively take money from millionaires? It doesn't make sense. There's no reason to have super PACs in our world. We should not let senators and congressmen get reelected. It should be a 2 to 4 year term, just like the president. And the president, when we put a law into effect, we shouldn't have to wait 2 to 3 years. The president raised federal minimum wage for workers, but it didn't go into effect right away. It's taken time to go into effect. It doesn't make sense to me. I say I want something done, you get it done now. I tell the kids at school, you tell the kids at school, hey, the recess is over, get the hell in here. And no, they don't take 20 minutes on the swing to wrap it up and get shit together. No, it's you do it now. And you're told that as a kid, and you're told that as you get older. Somebody tells you to do something, you go do it. But in American government, we go and we decide something and we sit back and then we implement it. What do you mean it takes a long time to implement it? You tell everybody, this is the new law. We're going to give you 30 to 40 days to have leniency if you break this law or this requirement. And then that's it. That's it. And now it's in. And now it's in. Prohibition. They didn't wait to implement that, did they? And when they said, oh, we're going to outlaw alcohol. Let's see. And then we brought in organized crime in America. And that's the government. The government brought in the organized crime. And now we have a different kind of organized crime. And it's in politics. And we need to take care of it. A lot of the mafia people did end up in politics. And we need to watch our back. We're losing. We're messing up. These people in the news, all they want to talk about is other countries. But all we have to do is make this country right. If you make this country right, other countries will listen to us. But they know that we're not right. And they know that we're not perfect. So they're not trying to listen to us and heed the words of the warning. Well, who are we? We've been fighting wars ever since this country's been developed. These other countries have at least had longer times of peace than we've ever had, been even in existence. So think about that. When you're talking crap about these Mexican Americans that are in Mexico, Mexico is basically America. I don't give a hell what anybody says, because we make a lot of our products down there. We make them. They make them for us, with us, by us, because the millionaires, the billionaire companies that are over there, they're American. They're down there, and they're bringing the money here and making it off of our backs on their shoulders. And it's not fair, and it's not right. They should have a job down there. We should have a job up here. We should all work together. And the whole world should have a kind of an equal pay going. And I'm surprised in some of these people in these commercials where you can donate money to save little foreign children that are hungry. Yeah, these kids are hungry over there, and we got food we're throwing away. Stores that are selling stuff right to the end of the expiration date. No. With a week left on the expiration date, that shit should go somewhere else. Take it somewhere else. Because if I go to the store and it's got a week expiration date on it, and I buy it, and then I put it in the cupboard, and then I go to grab it a week and a half from now, it's expired. So, I mean, I went shopping for the month, but I bought shit that was going to expire in a week? What's going on here? I bought milk that's going to expire the next day on reduced sale, and it's like, you couldn't have put that in a freezer container, froze it, take it all the way over there, and just give it to these people. We're going to throw it away. It's going to get thrown away, poured down the sink. You don't want to see it go to nobody else because you're not going to get paid? That's pretty freaking sad, man. I buy 2 candy bars, I eat one and it hurts my stomach, and I give the other candy bar away. I don't save it for later, because it's not going to be as good later. It's not going to be as good as when I want it right now. So I eat a candy bar, then I get a stomach ache, and then I don't want that other candy bar. I only want to save it for later. It's like, why do these people want to eat all this rotten food and then throw it away? We make candy bars and shit. We're making all this garbage stuff to get fat on while these other countries are starving. There's an imbalance in the world, and it starts with us almost.